It's Madden NFL 22, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Rams and the reigning Super Bowl champs on Monday night.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Los Angeles Rams. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They come into this one off a bit of a clunker last time. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down. Now it's Stafford. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Stafford going to give to Akers on the draw. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. A gain of 4, not enough. And it looks like punt time on their opening drive as it's 4th down. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Here's Hardy set to return. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop, a man down on the return. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Brady now to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Brady now on 1st down. We're going back to the same well. It's Hockenson again. First carry for DeAndre Swift.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Here's Swift. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Sebastian Joseph Day on the stop.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Brady. Caught on the right side by Adams. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 13-yard line.
I have no crystal ball up here. I can't truly see into the future. But if they don't start getting some pressure on him, make him move around a little bit and do something with the receivers, change up their timing, they're going to get shredded as we've seen so far. Right now, they're off to a blazing start.
Yeah, and you are right. He looks way too comfortable back there in the pocket.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a pillow back there for him, all right? As a defensive guy, they've got to dump him on his backside a few times, shake things up.
Now, they're going to need an in-drive adjustment here in this first series. He'll get just a yard on the scramble in second down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Throwing again on second down. Brady, and in for the Lions, touchdown. T.J. Hockenson, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Extra point attempt to come here. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead at 7-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. And they currently sit one game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
Off the fake to Akers, here's Stafford. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing is Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
To throw again on second down. Stafford, and he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They'll run a draw now with Akers. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for a possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Lions offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC.
And as we take a look at the playoff picture, certainly still a lot of jostling to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team. Far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
So much to play for. And remember, 7 teams in each conference go to the playoffs instead of 6. And not to mention, remember when the league made that move a few seasons ago to put divisional games at the end of the year? So you get to week 16 and 17, you're playing for playoff spots, and you're playing divisional games. Couldn't be more exciting than that.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
They run out of the gun with Swift.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd. To throw, it's Brady. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Aaron Donald in there for a milestone sack. That's number 150 of his great career. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10.
The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field.
They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Stafford.
Right back to Judy, and it's complete.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Stafford going to give this to Akers.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. And that'll set them back 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Play action. Stafford. Sideline throw. It's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Throwing on 3rd down. Stafford. It's incomplete. Took a shot. Couldn't get it.
You know, it's been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they're throwing it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment, takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. as a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards, so many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's who you're looking for.
Well, the drive starts with a completion left side, and they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 47.
Now a play fake. Brady. This one caught. It's the tight end Hockenson. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Sean McVay unhappy on the sidelines visibly. He's made the decision to reach for the red flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So that a good outcome for Sean McVay as the challenge is successful.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Brady. Going right side here, and that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
On the handoff, this is Swift.
And he stopped immediately there. So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Brady going to throw. Looking for the end zone. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Davante Adams, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions add on to their lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. But sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that'll make the score 14-0. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Set to go again. Here's Cam Akers in the LA offense.
They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you've got a chance to come back to it, and things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Still time for it here as we sit in the second quarter. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, Stafford. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Daron Payne in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively. And, Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they felt like they could take a few more chances and be even more aggressive. And it's been paying off for them so far this game.
So now Stafford and the Rams after the sack. And they're staring up at a 3rd and long.
3rd and long. It's Stafford.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the Lions will take over. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. And the numbers for the last drive, and he was perfect, which maybe isn't surprising because he has not missed a pass in this game yet.
And it lets you know just how precise things have to be for a quarterback to be perfect, because that means the line's blocking really well, no one's dropping any of the passes thrown to them, and the quarterback is accurate. It's almost like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter or a perfect game, isn't it? He's the principal guy, but he needs a lot of help.
Time to find out if he can keep that perfect game going here, partner. On 2nd and 9, Brady. And that's complete to Adams. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Brady. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. That one caught by Ellison. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, and maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Touchdown! It's complete. Tom Brady, his 3rd touchdown pass in his first half. And the Lions are able to grow their lead.
Boy, so if you are scoring at home, Charles, and God bless you if you are, but that's now 3 drives and 3 touchdowns.
So in a baseball game, wouldn't that wreak havoc on your scorecard?
Yes.
I mean, with all the action that's happening now, how they got here, whatever cliche you want to bring into it, they're locked into a groove, they're clicking on all cylinders. Bottom line, they're piling up the points.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. As the Rams offense comes back out, here is the NFC playoff picture coming into the weekend. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play that time through the air. 38 yards.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit, and that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. That's out to the flat for Akers. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a give. Akers running left. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. The Rams on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Stafford. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. And for the 2nd time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. Rohrwasser's kick is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So the 3rd drives the charm. They are on the board, albeit with just a field goal.
Yeah, 3 points from 3 drives. That's not going to win you a whole lot of football games. Hopefully the fact they were able to move the ball a little bit can wake up their offense.
Now Hardy on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Throwing on 1st down is Brady. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory.
41 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime he hand the ball to a back.
Here's Brady to throw.
That's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run here with Swift. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. Second down at 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
To throw is Brady. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Man open. It's St. Brown. He's got it. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. That catch good for only a couple. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Brady to throw again. Open man right side is St. Brown. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal.
Swift will take this one in. It's a Lions touchdown. Just power football there. Down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Bass on for the extra point.
And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And the Rams getting set to go now. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. The throw over the middle taken in. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now a first down throw. Stafford. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He's going to air it out deep for Woods. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big connection on that one. 32 yards.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So now following the big play, they've got a first and goal all the way down at the 10. To the air again, Stafford.
Looking underneath, he's got Akers.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6.
Here's Stafford. And he's got it. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
They'll try and run for this with Akers.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
Cam Akers
with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year.
And the Rams get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Now for the point after. And this is up and good. It cuts the lead to 28-10 now. So that drives 7 plays in length.
And it was Cam Akers who capped it off with a touchdown. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
Now Hardy on the return. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. DeAndre Swift heading back out with his Detroit teammates.
And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Couldn't do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play calling.
To throw again on 2nd down. Brady, he's got the first down here inside the 30. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Again, it's Brady. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash.
The kick by Bass is good.
And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin our tour up at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, where it was the Browns who were winners in that one at home. Anthony Schwartz. Over 100 yards receiving and a touchdown catch as well. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. Kyler Murray leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Tampa Bay Bucks. Jalen Hurts leading the way there as the win gets his guys back to 500 on the year. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Rams, and they've definitely been able to exploit some holes in that opposing secondary as they threw for close to 200 yards in those first 2 quarters. And meanwhile, for the Lions, they too were able to take advantage of a soft secondary as both of these two teams really threw the ball at will in that first half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Marching back onto the field now, Davante Adams and company getting set to go. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far, he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good. But there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do. You get greedy in a good way. And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
On first down, Swift. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when
And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Aaron Donald. He's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking deep for Adams. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
On first down at Stafford. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. Stafford's throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Well, certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field. Guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do. It gives them a chance to react and to make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
Detroit's offense ready to take over.
They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And Brady's throw there, incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Brady now to throw. Looking sideline, incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, it's Brady. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Aaron Donald in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
A 3rd and long. You knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Stafford popping this forward. It's a jet sweep.
And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Stafford. Airing it out deep for Woods.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the 3rd quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your quarterback? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play that time on the catch and run.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Meanwhile, Brady's throw taken in by Hockenson here.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. A big play there on the catch and run.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
Here's Swift.
And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line.
57 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Swift again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. Throwing now is Brady. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Terrell Lewis drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
The kick by Bass is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Only 3 points there, but I got to think at this point in the 3rd quarter, that's all you're really looking for.
And right now the lead is 3 touchdowns and 3 two-point conversions. So you and I both know a huge order for the best of teams. And from what we've seen so far, hard to believe that that's a likely scenario. 3 two-point conversions? That's difficult.
And he returns this to the 22. L.A. readies for its next possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep him warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now for all the work he's getting.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Stafford. Open man. He completes it to Judy. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Stafford. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. On the give, this is Akers. And he's got this down to the 35.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing is Stafford. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
Yeah, this defense as a whole has really been flying to the football all game long. They have not allowed too much of anything, and here's another example. A great play there to get in and disrupt it before it could get going.
And his top speed, as computed by Next Gen Stats, not bad. He was pushing 20 miles an hour. From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man of the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
On first down, Brady. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
On second down, Swift. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. And now, hold on here, we've got an injury. Well, that's Devontae Adams, the wide receiver, down on the ground here. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Brady. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 27-yard line.
Now Brady. Complete over the middle to Hardy.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. They'll run on first down. Swift. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Movement there on the offensive line, a little quick, and a 5-yard penalty. Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
On third down, here comes Swift. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. And he gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Now it's Stafford.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The Rams on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 10. Stafford. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
And you could say that is just another cherry on top for this defense and that entire team. But really, this defense has sparked what's been an impressive effort here in this one.
And notice you used the word sparked because you're not seeing that on the other side of the ball, are you? The offense right now, the spark has left their game, and it's been because of what you described, that defensive pressure.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remote's clicking off right now. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Here's Brady to throw. Slant to Adams. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
On 1st down, Swift, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down.
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Shotgun now for Brady. And that is incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
The kick by Bass is good.
And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now Stafford. That's into the hands of Akers, complete.
And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25.
Let's go. Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
Here's Stafford. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Stafford.
He'll get this one complete to Atwell.
5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. Here's Stafford. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Again, it's Stafford.
Throws left side. Atwell's got it.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. A shotgun snap for Stafford.
That's out to the flat for Akers.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And incomplete on the deep ball. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They snap it to Stafford.
Got a man. It's Judy, complete.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. On 1st and 10, Stafford. And his throw here is incomplete. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Throwing again is Stafford. And this is incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions. Have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Stafford.
A high throw there as this is knocked away. Down to the ground and incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this when I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
Here we go on 4th. Stafford. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Rams get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
Extra point safely through, and that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special, you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They'll run on first down. Swift, 83 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Once again, it's Swift, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. On 2nd down, Swift, and down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Swift. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11.
Jacob Phillips on the tackle. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 11-yard line.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Detroit, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they'll get another home date next week as the Packers will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Rams, their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals.